don't get you. At times, I wonder if you think before you talk. Seriously, does it not sound crazy to you? You want to allow your daughter to get married to a foster son? I don't understand. Does it really sound right to you? You would allow your daughter to get married to your foster son? What do you expect the society to think? What do you expect everybody to say about this whole crazy thing you're pushing them into? Have you forgotten you're not into the marriage? They're the one going into the marriage. They are brothers and sisters. Why would you want to push them? Can't she go outside and get somebody very, very good for herself? That she wants to marry her brother. She has gone wild and weird. And it's her brother she developed interest on. And she wants to get married to. And no, you're accepting the marriage. Does it not sound crazy to you? Don't you know you really need to have a rethink about this whole thing you're pushing them into? Seriously.
Has anything ever seemed right to you? There's nothing in this whole world, ever since I know you, there's nothing that has ever seemed right to you.
Oh, you're insulting me. Because I took out time from my busy schedule to come and talk to you, and this is all you could tell me. This is what you have to tell me.
Are you the one getting married?
Oh, really?
Are you the one to marry her? If this is what you call advice, if this is the rubbish you call advice that you want to advise me, keep it to yourself. You don't want to.
Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to our talk show program brought to you by Kpako Media. And I'm a presenter for today. Rupee is my name. And with me is and we are the Rupees. If this is your first time of coming across our YouTube channel, please we need you to help us like, subscribe and press the notification bell so you can get more of our videos when it comes up. Today's talk show program is tagged Foster Child. I know some of you might want to know the meaning of the foster child. A foster child can refer to as a child you developed interest on. You decide to father and mother that child on behalf of the parents. And a foster child can also be seen from this perspective as an adopted child you decide to father and mother onto. So today's focus is, would you allow your daughter get married to your foster son?
Yes, baby.
What do you mean yes? What do you mean yes? You're saying yes, you want to allow your daughter get married to your own son. Does it really sound right to you? Does it really make any sense? She has gone far and near. She did not see anybody of her choice to get married to. It's her brother. Somebody they knew, they grew up together as brothers and sisters. And now you're saying yes, you would allow that. What do you think people really say about this whole thing? Don't you know they'll blame you as the mother? They will leave your husband aside because you're closer to your daughter. You're supposed to be the one that will pass advice. What?
Gosh, just like you said, let me bring back the word to you. You said they've gone far and near, so they don't see any other person.
Yes.
Nice themselves. So there's something between them that even me, not your advice, can stop. Wait, have love ever done something to you? Has love ever taught you a lesson that you can't forget? In that your Bible, as in the Bible you're reading, is it not written in your own Bible? Because I can remember so well that it's written in mine. That is the love that God, the Almighty, have for humanity, me and you, that made him send his only but one son to die for us. Has love ever taught you a lesson?
You're talking about love this, love that, and love this. But when you're talking about love, don't you think wisdom is also needed to be put in place?
In this era, we're in the era of love. So when it gets to the era of wisdom, we'll use wisdom for wisdom. So in this era, let's use love for love.
Just keep on shouting. Probably if I should tell you this, it might enlighten you and give you a clearer vision of what you're putting yourself and your daughter into.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, let's take this as an example.
Okay.
On the wedding day,
Okay.
your son and your daughter are getting married.
Okay.
You're standing a gap for your daughter as the mother. Your husband also is standing a gap for your daughter as the son.
Okay.
This your son too. You're standing a gap for him as the mother. Sure. Your husband also is also standing a gap for him as the son. Okay, now who is paying dowry to who and who is accepting dowry? If I should understand, you're standing for them. Who is the family? Who is standing a gap for the boy as a family and bringing dowry? Or are you going to split yourself? Would you split yourself into two and stay in gap for your daughter and also for your son? Did you even have a clue of? Do you even have a clue of what you're saying?
When you're saying something, stop using these two fingers and be doing like this because my senses are intact.
It seems it's not so because right now what you're saying it's sounding crazy to me.
Stop yelling.
I should.
In this world, in this society that we are, don't you know that there are rented husbands, rented wife, just to go to an occasion, well-packaged married couple, happily married couple. How much more than just paying a dowry of 5 kobo? When he has grown to be a full-grown man, flesh and blood. He has mingled with families he has mingled with children that have families. Why not go to one of the family that he is familiar with, he has made friends with, just to plead with them? Sir, please, ma, please, why don't you stand with me on this faithful day of mine, just to pay this thing called diary and go with my beloved wife?
So you're saying your son should go out there and rent parents to stand in gap for him when he has his own parents with him? Are you okay? Seriously, you really need to have a rethink of what you're doing, no?
It's like
No,
losing your
because
senses.
I really need to help you. It seems you really need to see a rehab for this whole nonsense you're taking yourself into. I don't get you anymore. You should go out there and rent parents when you are there for him. You should go out. That's why this whole thing cannot work. You're standing in gap for your daughter. You're saying you should go out there and bring parents that will stand for him. Does it really make any sense to you? Think about it.
Thank God
Think about it.
Thank God you called this guy in question my adopted foster son.
But
Remember, his blood doesn't run through my veins. Neither does his run through my own veins. So what are you saying here? Just to go outside and get a parent to stand with him on that faithful day? Will the parents really live with him in the house?
So now you're saying his blood does not run through your
Never.
veins. When they were growing up as
He
kids, they knew
the name
themselves.
of my husband.
They knew themselves as brothers and sisters,
Okay.
and now they will be called soon to be husband and wife. See, okay, let's take this aside of having a rented parent and all of this. What do you think the society would say? Your neighborhood, you already shared invitation card to them. Surprisingly, they see the boy's name and the girl's name, your children, on the same. Hoping like this woman just fixed her children's wedding on the same day.
Okay.
Hoping to see a bride and a groom coming from outside to come and marry their children. And now the hall is set, the canopy is set, the chair is set, and getting there they see the boy and the girl sitting as husband and wife.
Okay.
What do you really think they will say about this whole crazy thing? They will blame you as the parent for accepting that. They will leave your husband aside though. You are the mother. You know, children most of the times they are closer to their parents, to their mother for advice. Why can't you advise your daughter to know what she should do? And now you want to accept the whole thing for them to be called husband and wife, brothers and sisters.
Thank God you are in this society. And you know that society always has something to say. I believe you. But you know in this same society that there is nothing new under the sun. This thing called foster child, marrying foster child, my son, my daughter, don't you know that it's happening in the society? And many of them are even covering the issue as in, they're just covering it, they are pampering it, they're not saying it out. But this one, you chose to advise me. I'm taking your advice. In this society, there is no matter how you lay flat for the society to work on you. Remember, Mr. A will always tell you that you're not flat enough. So leave society with what they have to say. What they have to say might even encourage them to go more into the marriage. Might even encourage them to build more. What are you saying? Leave society out of this. Let them say what they want to say because there's nothing new under the sun. Leave society out of this.
I think you don't know what you're saying. Seriously. I think you don't know what you're saying. Okay. Let's take America as a developed country. Yes. I really need to give you everything I think I have in mind to tell you. Probably it might help you and you might cancel this whole deal you're putting them into.
Okay.
Let's take America as a developed country.
Nigeria is not developed. Africa is not a developed
It's
country.
underdeveloped. It's coming. Hello. We're talking about America here.
Okay.
Do you know things passes through due processes when you're talking when you're taking America? Okay, now. This child in question, irrespective of where you got to meet this child,
okay,
be it from an orphanage or wherever, you know things passes through due processes. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you're going out there to adopt this child. You have to go to the law court. You have to register. You have some certain things you really need to do about this whole thing. Okay. And now, in the process of registration, this child bears your husband's name. Mm-hmm. If he bears Adebowa, your son bears Adebowa, your daughter bears Adebowa. Now they are brothers and sisters according to the court. Okay, now they are grown up. You brought the same child home brought the same child to the law court, and you want them to be joined together as husband and wife. Not to forget, America, they don't throw things away. They have record. They keep files of everything that goes through the court. Do you understand? Okay, now they are set that they want to get married, get into the law court. they find out that this was the same child you adopted years ago as your own biological child.
Okay.
Who bears your name? What do you think they will say about? I don't think they'll look at you like you're crazy, like you're not, like something is wrong with you upstairs, because you allowing your own children, your son and your daughter, to get married to them. Does it not sound crazy to you? Do you really need to have a rethink? I'm helping you as a friend.
Calm down.
I should calm down.
Calm down. Let me ask you a question. Is it all marriages that passes through the court? Are you trying to tell me that now the Indians are not civilized? As in, they are not civilized enough.
Okay, what's your point there?
The Indians, they marry their own brothers and sisters, as in biological brothers and sisters. The same blood runs through their veins and they marry each other. Okay, that one is not civilization.
You don't know what you're talking about. You cannot talk about, you can't say it's their culture is their culture.
Okay, now
in Africa, it's not our culture.
Culture and cult, which one is even more?
No, because now you're saying the Indians and all of that, and you're talking about culture here. Nigeria, we Africans, we have our own culture that we should follow. It's their culture. You can't compare culture and what is plain to you. This is so transparent. So you deviating from what is plain to culture. It's crazy.
Down.
Seriously.
She's talking about culture, talking about court, talking about society, and talking about bride price and whatever. What about if this is the main reason why God brought them together? What about if this is the main reason why God assigned that guy to the family? I'm bringing God to you. Do you want me as the mother or him as the father to put us under what God has joined together? We've talked everything about society and everything. Let's leave it in the hand of God and let God join this.
Guys, do not follow what she's saying. I know I am right. I know I am right. Do not follow what she's saying. She's leading you guys to the wrong path. We just need your comments, your observation, and your.
You're needing a comment on this. When you know that this is right. When you know that what I'm saying is right.
You do not know what
even
you're
this
saying.
thing called foster getting married to this, it's happening outside. It's happening in the society. You guys should say it. If you know that you're passing through this, why not bring it out? Say it and hear what people have to say.
You're crazy. That's why you don't want to accept the fact that I'm advising you as a friend.
With the pressure
and do not
of parents.
Do not push
with
these
the
children
pressure
into
of
what they are
parents
going
and society
into.
makes
Please, guys,
a lot of youth
we need your
commit
comments,
suicide.
your contribution, and your observation. What do you really think about this whole thing she's talking about? Thanks for joining us on this segment. I remain your presenter, Samede Pieces, and with me is
Rupee.
Please, guys, we need you to help us like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so you can get more of our videos. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.